In defiance of suffering, today is a beginning, a new relentless pursuit in the deconstruction of suffering at every page of the healthcare continuum, from the early signs and symptoms to the diagnosis of hopelessness, at the moment of collision of hurt and fear. We are a peoples who are afraid. We fear unknowns. We suffer blindly because of what might be or what has been. But do we have to? What if we could find that one elixir, a spiritual means, for example, at its cellular core, and inject it, activate it into every condition, thought, and situation, and then the element of its essence defies the mind from the negative place where untruths lie and suffering roots. But what's the design look like? How to deconstruct the fear, the anxiety, the deleterious sounds of suffering from the real honesty of bad news or the realness of unrelenting pain. What does deliberate intent to deconstruct hurt at every point of care look like? Imagine, maybe like the peel of an orange, a plump section, a champagne toast to the tongue, joy in the juice of its sweetness, nourishment spreading throughout the working veins of the body where life is lived. The deconstruction of suffering at the cellular level, like water puddled on a leaf, seeping into skin, restoring what is parched, brandishing a new green, growing, living again. As a people, as a signature family, as a people, we are a people, we're a nation and a movement. Do we have a responsibility of defiance? Because within our walls is a calibrated melody of the spiritual as an intervention of healing. Even early on, as Joe and I and the team, the great massive team, we were created and we were building the spiritual model and what it looked like. We saw residents finishing their prescribed therapy, not only because of a dedicated therapy team, but because of a concentrated partnership with a spiritual quality. An essence of empowerment that reached into a patient's state of loneliness, of sorrow, and of sickness, and came out with a resurgence of faith that wellness mattered and change of condition was possible. Depression around circumstance, we found, could circumvent healing. Remembrance and reminders of why they mattered, why you matter today. And prayer in the tangible of faith's presence began to infuse the possible into the physical of the outcome. Just imagine spiritual inputs for optimized outcome, such as the support of prayer, which Joe mentioned, clinically spiritualized care plans, the hope in the divine, the power of comfort in the belief and practice tradition of a particular beautiful faith tradition that you see before you on stage, and integrating that within the overall episodic prescription of care. Wow, a brave new world. Perhaps now a practical one. With our amazing healthcare workforce that you see before you, all of you, physician and market alignment, a dedication to revolutionary fierceness, good government policy, and an army of spiritual leaders with sword in hand and hope in word and deed, together on this day of National Day of Prayer, we are a movement in the defiance of suffering. This is not an isolated day of prayer, but a launch pad, a springboard of deliberate intent to mine for your own joy, to listen for it, for there is always a way, there is always a solution. Grab it and impress it upon the molecules of your soul. See that power of that wind? Grab it. Thank you, God. Yeah. Impress it upon the molecules of your soul. This day is about our clinical excellence, bundled with spiritual and medical inputs of best treatment and care, all packed into a capsule like a pill. We'll be the new pill, right? Its own packaged elixir of fusion injected into the destructive pathway of suffering, blowing it up into a new each moment of heaven on earth, that we are the nuclear force that defies the anguish of fear and unleashes dunamis power, and there will be calamity no more. At Mayfair Manor, This is a movement. Guess, just out of the vision and the discussion out of Mayfair Manor, they have started a torment intervention program. Torment. Right, Representative Riggs talked about the emotion, right? The emotion of suffering. And our people suffer with dementia and Alzheimer's. How powerful is that? Just torment intervention. So, let us begin with our incredible spiritual team of interfaith partners on stage. Let us hear what they have to say. How to look at suffering, how to endure it, how to defy it, and how to defeat it. Thank you.